Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome back to Upgrades Explained, a sub-series of Characters Explained that covers the legendary upgrades in Battle for Neighborville. And in today's video, we're discussing the two zombie upgrades, Brainium Basher 9001 and Steam Blaster. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. So Brainium Basher is similar to the other attacker's legendary upgrade, Shogun Guard, in the sense that it replaces the primary and secondary of Super Brains. This time around, he swaps out his lightning fast punches with a melee dash attack, and this attack has 3 charges. No charge does 50 damage, 1 charge does 90 damage, and 2 charges does 125. Why yes, this is one of the only times PopCap gave a BFN primary no decimal damage. Thank you for pointing that out. Now, what's interesting about these changes is that you can actually fling yourself further and further depending on the charge level, but there's an exploit in the game where using a secondary with his primary leads to the furthest dash that you can get. So this upgrade is pretty exploitable. Oh, and speaking of that second attack, this is a dash that sends SB upwards, and it only deals 40 damage. It has a longer cooldown than the primary, and that's all I have to say about it. So Brainium Basher is a pretty easy to understand upgrade. You charge up, then land some powerful attacks on enemies. Simple enough, right? Well, that's not accounting for his upgrade combinations. So what are these all about? Well, as you can see here, he doesn't have many choices. And if we account for viability, yeah, let's just get through these. Extra Special and Rough Patch are a decent enough pairing. If you really suck at living for a long period of time with this upgrade, then this might just be for you. Combo is always a good choice, especially for this character, just like the Floral Federation. 2 videos in a row now, sorry. Join the server though. Shameless plug. Reach is disgusting with this upgrade. Like, almost unfair. I mean, faster charges are insane with an upgrade that lets you hit 125 as is, so yeah, this is probably your best choice. Ready Up is actually really solid with this upgrade if you're chasing somebody, and that's all I have to say about that. Stick and Move doesn't work, sweet. And finally, Typhoon is good for juggling purposes, and that's all I have to say. So yeah, Brainium Basher. Overall, this is actually a really good upgrade. Like, I'm not gonna hide it, let's face the facts. Brainium Basher has better hit detection than the Heroic Fists. There is literally no argument to be made there, that is just facts. So with that being said, would I recommend getting this upgrade? Yes. However, I will also say that this upgrade pisses a lot of people off due to how free its movement is, and also due to the fact that BFN was not built for said level of freedom. So needless to say, Brainium is pretty freaking broken. But what about our second upgrade here, Steam Blaster? That's exactly what we'll be covering next. So to start out, Steam Blaster is an upgrade that, unlike Thornaparts, actually replaces the main primary. For some reason, PopCap gave Scientist an attacking upgrade, and that feels very unnecessary, but whatever. Anywho, Steam Blaster is a very easy upgrade to understand stat-wise. It's basically a steam cannon that fires a line of steam in the direction you're looking in. And this steam is an aura-based attack that deals 10 damage 7 times initially, then 6 damage 2 times, all within a time limit of about 2 or so seconds. It also sometimes crits and deals 12 damage, but I have absolutely no idea what the consistency of this is. So just to be safe, assume you'll deal a minimum of 70 damage per shot, as long as your target doesn't move out of the steam. This primary has 4 ammo, and the rate of fire is 58. So the upgrade itself is pretty easy to understand, but there's more to this upgrade with the variety, and this list is actually fine. And even if we boil it down to the viable picks, it doesn't shrink all that much, so let's cover all of them. As I said with Rose, Refreshing Revive and Super Savior are a fine pairing. You won't get anything insane done here, but it's still something. CPR can be useful if you're playing support, but you're also using Steam Blaster, so are you really playing support? Are ya? Actually, we can just throw in Reanimate, Power Wash, and Revive Reward with this as well, since this upgrade is so attack-centered. Evolution is situationally good. Like on a Team Vanquish map, of course this will help you. But on a turf map, Not so much. Materialize helps you take down groups of enemies faster with the usage of Warp, so it's a good pick by default. Unlike with Thorn Apart, Steam Blaster actually can and does benefit from rollout, so this one can be really useful. And finally, Wormhole makes it harder for your enemies to get you, and easier for you to close the distance between them. Win-win. Out of all of these, you can make the judgment call yourself on which of them are best for you, and that's for a good reason. I myself don't use Steam Blaster, and let me explain why. So Steam Blaster is a fun upgrade. I'm not going to deny that. When you jump into a crowd and clear all of them out, it is pure serotonin. But with that being said, we haven't actually discussed Normal Scientist compared to Steam. And yeah, when you do that, Reg Scientist is kind of better in almost every way. The one thing he lacks is crowd control, and Steam Blaster might improve on that, but it also limits itself in every other way. It's weird how PopCap gave him this upgrade in the first place, and honestly, I'm not a big fan of it because it doesn't give me enough of a reason to play Scientist like this. Not when I can use Dolphin Blasting and Combat Aura and get a better job done in most cases. Okay, sorry for that long explanation. TLDR, the upgrade is fine, but I wouldn't say it's better than Reg. Alright, so that is both upgrades. I can't lie, this video was a lot more straightforward for me. If you want my true opinions, Brainium Basher is SB but better, and Steam is Scientist but worse. Obviously terms apply for both statements, but you get what I mean. Also, I just want to give a real quick shout out to Gravitry, Identity for Omens, and Wapfa for being $5 supporters of my channel. You guys rock, thank you so much. And if you're new around here and you like what you saw, then maybe consider subscribing too. It helps me out a ton, and you get to see more BFN content in the future. Win-win. Now, as for me, I've got some bashing of my own to do, so I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace.